Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. This is the Weekly United, the place where we wrap up the week in the world of Manchester United, the biggest football club in the world, the club that generates the most clicks, hits, headlines, transfer rumours, transfer news, all that good stuff. And here in the Weekly United, we'll be wrapping that all up. The last 7 days. In the last week, we've heard the club doctor reveal that some Manchester United players have reported to be on the receiving end of dog bites and cooking burns. I wonder who that is. You can play your own guessing game in the comments below, and I'm guessing that we're going to see Phil Jones's name pop up quite a few times, but nevertheless we'll be getting stuck into all the news that we've heard in the last week, including the rumours that Manchester United could be swapping Dayot for Dalot in the next transfer window. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about Jadon Sancho. We'll be talking about how UEFA may decide who will be in the Champions League and the Europa League next season, as well as ending the show with a little bit of positivity, a little bit of good news. We're going to get that as well because we all need it at this time. We're all locked indoors. We're all going crazy. We're all, getting cabin fever. So we need a little bit of good news, and we'll be talking about that at the end of the show as well. But before we get stuck into everything, can I thank Neil Fish, Beam Player, and Prakar Nigam for joining AdamMcKola TV as members. We've now hit 31 members, so thank you very much to all of those guys for joining us in the last couple of days. If you want to join, you can. You get exclusive content. You can join the Discord forum where you can get questions in, you can get your debate topics in and stuff for the content, so you help mold the content. We have a little chit chat over there as well in general, and of course you can help support the channel as well. The latest exclusive video is already up, so if you fancy that, get involved. If not, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting and sharing. So let's get stuck into the latest news, and the news that has been circulating around Manchester United. And Jadon Sancho pops up every single week on the Weekly United, and the British press are saying it is a done deal. Manchester United agree almost every detail of Jadon Sancho's transfer following months of secret talks with Borussia Dortmund. But in Germany, Borussia Dortmund's executives are saying there's no agreements with the player or the club. Now, let's not be naive. Manchester United may have spoken with the player's agent about potential wages and those kind of things. We know that happens in football. Although there's been reports that Dortmund are offering Sancho a new contract, it seems pretty obvious he's going to be leaving in the next transfer window. Where he goes, that's the big question mark that now remains. Manchester United are seemingly at the front of any race for him. We're happy to pay the fee, we'll be happy to pay his wages, and we're crying out for a right winger and a number 7, and he seems to tick all of those boxes. Whether he'll become a Manchester United player or not, who knows? I'm confident that he will, but I'm hesitant in counting my chickens before the eggs hatch and all that stuff. I am confident, but the British press are pushing things here. They're all trying to get that exclusive first, so they can say, well, we said it first and that and this date. We know how they work. Yes, there may be a deal in the offing. Yes, there may be interest. Yes, we may have spoken with his agent, but there's no agreements there yet. Who knows when that will be, and it may be beneficial for United to just hold on a little bit. Who knows what the situation is going to be with Dortmund, and they may take a lower fee in a few months' time or when the transfer window rolls around. As we mentioned earlier, Dayot Upamecano has been linked with a move to Manchester United and Arsenal as well, as has Thomas Partey recently. And Dayot Upamecano, the reports in Britain are that United are ahead of Arsenal in the race for him. Now, I don't want to get caught up in this one either. We've got loads of centre halves at the moment, even when you count those ones that like Rojo and Smalling that are out on loan, Jones that just doesn't play. They are still occupying spots in the squad. They're still taking wages here at Manchester United. So you've got to consider that before we can potentially bring in any other centre halves. Dayot Upamecano has a release clause of around £52.5 million when it's converted from euros into pounds and all that stuff. But I wouldn't get too excited about this one if I was a United fan. L'Equipe are also reporting on this transfer, and they're saying there's been no concrete offer from any English clubs yet, and Bayern Munich are seemingly the most likely to sign Dayot Upamecano. So that's how this one's looking at the moment in terms of Dayot Upamecano and whether he'll come to England or join United or Arsenal. Maybe it will be him staying in Germany and going to Bayern Munich. We've seen how they like to pick off certain players in terms of from Dortmund and from other German clubs in order to just become the best team in Germany. You take the best players from your opponents and your rivals. Simple as that. Someone that could be on their way out though from Manchester United is Diogo Dalot, and we'd heard that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was willing to sell him due to the success of Aaron Wan-Bissaka and the fact we've got so many fullbacks. You look at fullback position, we got Wan-Bissaka, Timbo, Diogo Dalot, Luke Shaw, Brandon Williams, Ethan Laird. That's 6 fullbacks right there. Then you can count probably Darmian's, I think, is on loan at Parma. Marcus Rojo can play in that position. We've got plenty of fullbacks at Manchester United. Diogo Dalot is probably one of those that isn't first choice but is most valuable in terms of when you're looking outside of, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and either Brandon Williams or Luke Shaw. Diogo Dalot is probably the one that can be saying, I need to be playing, I need to be starting. Ethan Laird possibly go on loan, or you can't really argue that at this moment in time because he hasn't shown enough. Diogo Dalot's had injuries, yes, but also he's a quite talented player and he's shown glimpses when he has come on, maybe more in an attacking sense. He isn't better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka though, and that's something that we do know. United will be looking to spend probably big money on Jadon Sancho, but then beyond that, I can't see us spending big money elsewhere, and especially, we're linked to Dayot Upamecano. We're not signing those kind of people unless we get rid of a few. Now Smalling's one, Rojo's one, Jones is one, but Diogo Dalot could also be someone that could bring in a £30 million fee, and we hear Paris Saint-Germain are also interested in him as well. So Paris Saint-Germain could be interested in him, Tottenham and Mourinho, who brought him to England in the first place. I expect there'd be a few options for him there, and potentially even a return to Portugal, although I'm sure he'd see that as a step back. Personally, I wouldn't mind Diogo Dalot staying at Manchester United, because an injury to a player, touch wood, no injuries happen, but an injury to, a Luke Shaw or a Brandon Williams or Aaron Wan-Bissaka or someone like that, and Diogo Dalot becomes a massively important player to your team. So I would probably keep him for another year, but I can understand it when you consider that maybe we can use that money and invest it elsewhere into an area where we maybe haven't got so much depth. Now, Recreator in the Discord forum, which again, if you become a member, you can join the Discord forum. That's just one of the benefits that you get. What do you think about UEFA looking into using the coefficients to select who's in next season's Champions League and Europa League, says Recreator. Now, this was based on the reports that the Champions League and Europa League spots could be given on coefficiency rating. Now, for you that don't know what coefficiency rating is, it's a rating based on your last 5 years' performances in Europe. United are in the top 10 based on coefficiency, and we would be in the Champions League because there's 4 English clubs in that top 10, and we're the 3rd highest English club. So if Champions League spots were given out in coefficiency, just for those that aren't quite sure what it is, we'd be in those positions. The problem is Arsenal would be in those positions. Now they're around 9th, 10th in the table at the moment. That would be massively unfair for them. We could kind of actually, from league position, or if the league continued, get a Champions League spot. And especially when you consider City probably going to be banned, then 5th spot is a Champions League spot anyway. But it's unlikely this will happen, and Simon Stone has been reporting that as per Martin Ziegler, qualification for next season's UEFA competitions to be decided on sporting merits if league can't be concluded. Blows away the idea of coefficients being decisive, as was raised in the FA's meeting on Tuesday. So it's very unlikely it would come down to coefficiency, but you could see them if leagues are postponed or cancelled altogether. You could see UEFA then forcing some sort of playoff for those European spots because of the fact they want it done on sporting merit. Opens also the possibility to points per game, ending the seasons. There's all sorts of different things which could satisfy sporting merit. But to get into them now would be opening a whole different can of worms. And this is the problem with UEFA, Premier League, all these people, when deciding what happens with the league, they're opening loads of cans of worms. Now on from cans of worms and on to a little bit of positivity, like I promised you at the end of this video. And Patrice Evra has pledged to match up to £250,000 to NHS Hospitals. Now the ones that he frequented when he was a player at Manchester United and West Ham, so one in Manchester, one in London. And he's pledged to match donations up to £250,000, which could raise $500,000 and $250,000 for each. Now I hate the NHS being treated like a charity, but at this time when it needs it, it's great to see these kind of initiatives going ahead, and you can't begrudge the positivity or the gesture or the donations just because they shouldn't be in that position anyway. So I'll put a link for the page that he's created in the comments below. If you can, then do give. If you can't or you don't want to give to that, then you know, locally, see if there's something that you can help with if you're in a position to, because there's people out there that may need it more than we do at this moment in time. But guys, thank you for tuning in to AdamMcKola TV. You've been absolute legends. This has been another Weekly United. Will United be swapping Dayot for Dalot? Do you want to see it happen? Should Dalot go? Should Dayot come in? Will Jadon Sancho be a United player? Let us know all your thoughts on the comments below. And of course, make sure you're subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. And if you fancy it, joining. For now, I've been AdamMcKola. You lot have been legends, and I'm out of here.